Ice water turn Atlantic. Night calling in a phantom. Told them, hold it, don't you panic. Took an island, fled the mansion. Drop the roof, more expansion. Drive a coupe, you can stand it.
Welcome to another episode of Around the 412. I'm Tyler, and with me as always are Smitty and Herb. Just a little bit earlier. What's up?
A little bit earlier.
A little bit earlier, a couple extra days than normal. So everybody should have had enough time to listen to our last episode.
And if you didn't,
That's your problem.
then that's okay. Just listen to the next one.
Well, you might want to listen to this one. We got a little bit more in store for you than normal. Obviously, going to cover all the sports. And then at the end of the show, we're going to have on, finally, we've been trying to pull this together for a long time, Travis Swagger. He's coming on the show.
2 months later.
Yeah, he just had to be good enough to make that All-Star game. So,
I like
Kinda
how we're
threw everything
complaining about that.
no, he knows. Obviously, grateful that he would even take the time out of his day to do this. But we are excited for that. But that is going to be later in the show. So let's just jump right into it now. Starting off with the MLB, the World Series is set. The Red Sox. Now, the funny thing here is the Astros did win Game 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I said if that was the case, it's over. The Astros are winning the series.
Well,
David Price didn't pitch that great in Game 2.
No.
But Garrett Cole was worse. And then the Astros didn't win a game after they got accused of cheating. They were 4-0 in the playoffs. They were 4-0 in the playoffs, and then they were 0-4.
Yep. Look at the things that happen when you get caught. Also, is Garrett Cole the new David Price? My column.
No.
Based off one start.
And David Price, though, did pitch a gem in Game 5.
He did.
So,
Did they have 6 innings, 9 strikeouts?
yeah.
Was it shutout too, or was it 1 run?
I don't think he gave up a run.
Yeah, it was 0 runs when he came out.
Huh.
I was shocked
Yeah.
because I was ripping him like
So
2
was
weeks
all
prior.
of Boston.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a person in the world that expected that. I mean, if you're a Red Sox fan, when David Price goes out there, you're just hoping your team scores a
Yeah.
ton. Because you expect him to give up 5 or 6.
Or if you're a Tigers, Jays, and Rays fan, you expect him to let up a lot of runs in the playoffs. But
He lived up to the contract, though, at least for that game.
Yeah. Well, he's going to get probably a couple more opportunities now to
I'm excited to
At
see
least
if he
one
actually
more.
got the monkey off his
build
back.
up. I mean, if he pitches well in the World Series and wins a title,
If you win a ring, then that contract was worth it.
I can't wait for that video of him going, "You can shut the fuck up."
did you see too his son at the podium?
Mm-mm.
They said it was kind of like Riley Curry. Like he kept trying to grab the mic and then he put on a Red Sox hat. But anyways, yeah. Speaking of terrible in baseball going together, Brad Ausmus is the new manager of the Angels.
Is he terrible though, or did he just have a
Yes.
terrible Tigers team?
He took a contender and ran them into the ground,
Oh.
even though they were aging. But still,
I mean,
at least from what I hear from Tigers fans, they couldn't stand him. I mean,
I don't know how much of that I put on him because, like you said, they were aging, and it seemed like it came on a little quicker than most of Detroit thought. And yeah, there were some
Maybe.
issues, but I'm interested to see how it goes.
Detroit team's aging. Wow. What a narrative.
yeah.
At
I mean, look at the
At
just
Red
the
Wings.
names,
Yeah.
the names on the teams that he had though.
I know, but they
mean-
were all old.
Miggy.
Yeah, and look what Justin Verlander did once he left.
Well,
Again,
it's also the Astros who are known to be doing something.
no, known to be doing something.
Known to be doing.
Well, now, yeah, technically.
Well, they even the
Get your guy out of our dugout.
the Red Sox manager was kind of downplaying that whole thing.
Oh, of course.
So, I don't know. I really didn't read too much into it. It is just it figures that they didn't win a game after it, so that kind of
Makes it look worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if anyone's cheating. I mean, the Red Sox got accused of stealing signs.
yeah.
Not just putting somebody in the
A New England team caught stealing signs? Wow. Lots of narratives this morning.
Everyone cheats. That's how it is.
The
Everyone
St. Louis
cheats, you just don't
Cardinals
get
hacking
caught.
systems.
Oh,
Pittsburgh would never.
That's
Okay.
that's totally different though.
Only DUIs.
Not cheating. You're just an idiot.
Same difference.
I think the Pirates might be the only wholesome team in the MLB.
Bold. Bold.
And David Bell, who I didn't even know who that was. Apparently, he's been the bench manager for the Cardinals. Is now the Reds' newest manager. Tom Prince apparently was in the mix, but he does not get the job. Damn it. I was hoping he would. That way, like we said, I think it was just probably on the last show. He's gone. That takes away him as the possible replacement if something does happen with Hurdle. But
What does a bench coach do?
manage the game when the
Whenever
Man-
the
But I mean-
manager
manager
kicked
gets-
out.
yeah. it gets
While
ejected.
Hurdle's there,
But yeah, honestly, I couldn't tell you.
130 games a year, you're just
I
sitting there
guess
going,
it's just
hey,
like
guys.
his right hand man.
Yeah. That's probably it.
It's actually
'Cause I
something
don't,
I
I
want
don't
to
think
figure out.
any of those guys in there are crunching
I want to
numbers.
figure out what it is on his, like what his day-to-day duties are.
Oh, of course. I want to know what all theirs
now,
are.
so now I'm gonna figure it out. And lastly, Manny Machado.
I missed all this. I didn't see
the
any of
first base thing.
it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's the first base thing, but like there's already kind of some people were saying he's probably lost about $50 million in free agency already. So he was asked about his lack of hustle, and he said he's never going to be that type of player.
Oh, yeah. No, he's
And
losing
then
money.
yeah, and then
He's just
that
lowering the contract value for the Pirates.
and then he says that, and then he does that, where it's kind of like, why did Jesus not step off first base when he catches the ball? Like, and Machado said that, and him and Jesus go way back apparently.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, if you watch it on replay, I know it's in
Like as
slow
going
motion.
against each other, or
But
no?
at one point, they were in the minors together.
Okay.
But he was like, yeah, I mean, it's all good. What happens on the baseball field has nothing to do with what we are off the baseball field. But if you watch it in slow motion, and I get it's in slow motion, it doesn't look like he catches the ball and his foot's still on the bag for a decent amount of time, as opposed to most guys just catch it, hurry up, and get off, so that doesn't happen.
I mean, they teach you as soon as you catch that ball, pop your foot off.
Yeah. Whoops. I just grabbed yours.
Oh.
I just remember in the movie 42 about Jackie Robinson when they're trying to
Yeah.
teach him first base, the guy's just like, pop it, gotta pop it, Jack.
But yeah, I mean, definitely, I think that teams would probably be more upset about the hustle thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably honestly the way most players feel, but most just wouldn't say it.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine if he was a Pirate and said that? This city would have a mob going after him.
John Jaso.
Yeah, he said he's never
Yeah.
going to be Johnny Hustle. That's what he said.
God.
He's gonna be Johnny Jaso.
He's a douche, man. He just looks like a douche.
Machado.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I'd take him in a second.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Can he play shortstop though? Jamal thinks he's overrated at short.
Jamal needs to shut
He
the
thinks
fuck
he
up.
needs to be at third base.
We don't need a third baseman. We need a shortstop. He's going to play wherever we need
Well,
him to play.
the question isn't is he a good shortstop? Is he better than Jordy Mercer?
Yes.
Well,
Then there's your answer. It doesn't
That's
matter.
true, but,
doesn't
like-
matter if he's the best shortstop. He's an upgrade at the position.
but I guess I'm saying if you're trying to maximize his impact on the team, is it going to be where he's a sub-defensive player?
Is he a sub-defensive player, though, at short?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
I believe he. I believe he actually is.
I didn't know that.
No, I think he's a better third baseman. But
So here's the thing you do.
if
you
your
take,
if your choice is either him or Kevin Newman,
Yeah.
I mean,
but there's a $50 million difference in money. I don't know.
yeah, but that bat.
Yeah. I definitely would take him,
Yeah.
and I would take him at short. But I guess I'm just saying
If you're a team that could put him at either,
I would put him at
yeah.
Oh,
he's
yeah, of
obviously
course.
better third. And I'm sitting here kind of debating. We might have a spot at third.
Oh, because of Colin Moran.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Moran.
No, I was going to say something.
He's
Moron.
already not going to
Moran.
play against lefties regardless. So
Yeah.
Machado could at least play third base when there's a lefty pitching.
Gung.
Who?
Okay. DUI man.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. They're not going to pick up the $5 million
No,
option. I
no
wouldn't
one
think.
is.
but-
No.
Yeah.
They're not going to go David Freeze on him.
We've been talking about the Dodgers, but we didn't mention that the Dodgers are the team that's going to the World Series.
He's not staying there. I really don't think he's staying there, Machado.
I saw something that I don't know if it's true. I just saw it on Twitter that someone said he wants to come back to the East Coast. I have no idea if that has any substance to it, but
If he signs with the Yankees, I'm pissed.
Philly.
where's he going to play in the Yankees? They got
Didi's
Didi
out.
and Anwar.
Oh yeah, well, Didi's out for a bit.
Yeah. He's had Tommy John on his throwing arm.
Yeah,
He'll probably be out till like
8 months.
June.
Yeah. At that point, they don't care because look at their outfield.
Yeah, I can't see them.
Really, the
Going
Evil
away
Empire
from-
just signing everyone. I can see
Yeah,
that.
but
in a
they've gone
heartbeat.
away
I don't
from-
think that's the team they are anymore.
Eh.
I mean, if you look at their top players, besides Stanton, all of them are like homegrown.
Oh well, yeah, but they haven't had the opportunity to really sign people because they sucked.
Well, I mean, out of the top free agents, like this upcoming year,
It's Harper and Machado, and that's
they're
about
not
it.
signing Harper.
No.
Machado's
be
the only
overkill.
one, but I still think that's a stretch.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
What if he signs with the Red Sox and ends up playing second base? Huh.
The Yankees are gonna go in on pitching, and it's probably gonna be through the trademark because there's
They
not much
better.
of free agency.
They better.
What if he signs with the Phillies?
That's what Smay said.
Yeah.
And I'd be okay with it. I should have made that bet 1 year later.
He could stay in L.A. I don't know.
I really doubt it.
Have Justin
Personally.
Turner at third, him at short, and move Seager over to second base.
Ooh,
Yeah,
because Utley's retiring, yeah.
but and they've said, at least within the Dodgers fan base organization, it's kind of known that Seager's not going to be at short. Like,
Did I see someone say that he's too big to be shortstop?
He's too
Yes.
big, yeah, and now he's coming off the injury.
What was it, ACL?
I thought he tore his UCL as well. I thought he
it was
was
something like that.
Tommy John.
It was a torn ligament of some
Yeah.
sort. I can't remember which one.
But anyway, yeah, it's kind of known that he's not going to be at shortstop for his
Mm.
career.
Which would
No.
open up a place for Machado.
Now, one last.
And it's openly known Machado wants to play short over third.
Yeah.
One last Dodgers question: does Kershaw opt out, even if they win a World Series? I think yes.
I think he'll opt out just to get more money
Exactly.
with the same team.
Exactly.
Opts out and goes to the Yankees. Oh, what a story.
Bold.
What a day on Twitter.
No,
That's when I would just start throwing shit.
Opts out and goes to the Pirates with Machado.
I'd just
think
start
we,
running
we
at.
just looked at this last week, but I think he could probably get another $200 million by opting out and then re-signing, as opposed to, crap, what does he have left?
It was
70?
nothing. Yeah, it was like nothing compared to that. I can't remember.
It's less than half of what he would probably get on a new contract.
Yeah.
And it's the MLB, not the NFL, so he's getting it as soon as he's it's guaranteed.
Yeah. These
Pen to
these-
paper.
Yeah, these guys are just throwing money compared to NFL owners.
Do you guys see the total payroll for this World Series? It's like $450 million.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
payrolls.
I want the Dodgers to lose so they don't win another World Series. I just want to
I want
have
the
that going.
Dodgers to win, so the
Well,
Red Sox
I'm also
don't
a
win
Red
the World
Sox fan.
Series.
I don't even care who wins.
It's gonna be good baseball.
I'm not.
I want the Dodgers to win, but I'm not going to watch a single game.
Oh wow. Okay.
Keeping it real with you, I haven't watched a game since the ALDS.
Wow. Fair enough.
I've followed it. I've gotten updates, but I haven't sat down and watched one.
Out of
Oh,
the teams
yeah.
that made the playoffs, the teams I wouldn't have mind winning were the Indians, A's, Astros, Braves.
Okay.
What about Rockies?
And they were all, Rockies. Forgot to even make the playoffs.
Yeah, they barely did.
They lasted a night.
That's the teams I wouldn't have mind winning. And it comes down to these two.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, as a Pirates fan, it was hard for me to root for the Brewers. But part of me was against the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, because it's little guy versus big guy. No
And
pun
I wasn't
intended.
even looking at it like as a, them representing the NL Central or whatever. Like, I wasn't even looking at it like that. I
Yeah.
just I don't know. I am not a fan of the Dodgers in any way, shape, or form. I don't like the Red Sox either, but
Oh, so I'm alone at this table? Okay.
I do prefer the Red Sox over the
Won't be
Yankees.
the first time.
I would say I feel like for most people the worst matchup would have been Yankees and Cubs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would have stopped watching baseball. End of story.
I wouldn't have like I would want the Yankees to win in that situation.
Me too.
Obviously.
Fuck Cubs fans.
Trying to figure out where I stand with that.
Yankees or Cubs?
Yeah.
See, for me it's an easy answer because I have a interest in one of those teams.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess probably the Yankees because the Cubs won 2 years ago. But I don't know. Those are my two of my least favorite teams for sure.
Yeah. And it's not like the Yankees have won recently. They won like 9 years ago.
Oh, only 9 years ago. Okay.
Well, I'm talking from like a baseball fan perspective and not a Pirate fan perspective. Because we won like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 39, I guess.
79.
We won the 71 and 79
year?
World Series on the same date.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
I saw Hammer and Hank say that he was at both those games.
Really?
Pirates won the
Jeez.
World Series in 71, 79. I can't imagine, dude, being there.
I can't imagine the Pirates winning World Series.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
We don't know what that's like.
Never will.
can't imagine them winning a playoff series.
It's like Jamal said like good morning to the Pittsburgh Pirates. I was like, yeah, future World Series champions. Don't know the year, but in the future.
3,000.
Oh, God.
900 years.
Somehow baseball still exists.
Baseball still has human umpires.
The world, somehow the world still exists.
Yeah.
'Cause
Good point.
all right, so I think we can move on now to the NFL. I guess it's kind of like a Victory Monday.
Well,
It's the best the best week so far for the Steelers,
Can't lose
and
when
they
you
didn't
don't
even play.
yeah.
So the Ravens lose, the Bengals lose, and the Browns lose.
That's
all
just
in very
impressive.
unique ways.
Yeah.
Dude, the Browns.
The Bengals just got smashed by the Chiefs, and I knew it was going to happen.
Patty
I was-
Mahomes is the truth.
I was pissed at Kareem Hunt.
Why?
I was up by like 50 points. By the end of it, I was up by like 2.
Oh, you were going against him.
Yeah,
I
he
was
was
like, what did he do?
was scaring the shit out of me.
It's like, yeah, I'm pissed. He didn't get 50. He got 40.
The Ravens, everybody's seen it. Justin Tucker missed his first career extra point and his first kick inside of 33 yards in over 300 attempts. And it was just
You saw the faces of people.
yeah, it was like perfectly online. It's just crazy how it hooked. I don't know what the wind was,
It's probably the holder.
but like his face, it wasn't even like frustration. He was just literally
Shocked.
puzzled on how it
So
happened.
was Joe Flacco.
Is Flacco his holder?
No,
No,
you
he
was
just
just on
saw
the
it
sideline.
on the sideline.
Okay.
Like it looked like they saw a ghost. I mean,
I gotta find this 'cause I still haven't seen it.
I kind of understand it just because for how automatic that guy is.
Yeah.
You
It's
don't
like
expect
no
him to
one
miss
even
ever.
no one even looks with the extra. It's like most of the guys in the Saints didn't even turn around. Like they didn't know that he missed.
I mean, Justin Tucker's known like if the kick is within 50 yards, he's getting it.
But
It's wild.
and then the Browns, they just them and the Buccaneers were both just trying to lose. The Buccaneers miss a 40-yarder at the end of regulation to go into overtime. They turn the ball over twice in overtime, and they still win. For whatever reason, Dirk Cutter decides to challenge a play for the spot of the ball. You can't challenge in overtime, so he took a 5-yard penalty for throwing his challenge flag. So now it's a 59-yarder, and the dude hits it.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, you looking at the kick?
That wasn't even the holder's fault. That ball just went no.
No, it was like, oh, it's good, and it's like, nope, psych.
Was that the wind?
Probably, but I don't know if this is right of me, or maybe it's because my my uncle is a Browns fan. And I feel bad, but like
Well, that was the wind.
I feel bad if like they lose on a 59-yard field goal. Like, are you kidding?
Who, the Browns?
Like, I don't know if it's terrible. Like, I'm a Steelers fan and I feel bad for Browns fans, but
No.
like to lose that way sucks.
Well, I
Oh,
know
yeah.
a lot of Steelers fans like want the Browns to be competitive again because like
It's fun.
we didn't really see much of it, but that used to be like a really good rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
my,
the Browns were like really good before the Super Bowl era.
and my dad talks about it all the time. I mean, even the only time that I can remember like the Browns being good was like the playoffs in 2002, like when we beat them, they come back. And that's like when Renegade became a thing at Heinz Field.
And that's when the Browns started to suck.
And yeah. So, I mean, I do want the Browns to be like I want them to be competitive again. I want them to be the second best team in the division and give us games like the Ravens do. I mean, look how even the series always is with the Ravens. They show it every time that we play them. That's what I want it to be with the Browns. Now, I want us to win every single time we play them. But
Like, it's just the way they lose sometimes.
Yeah,
that I
it's-
just feel terrible.
the
It's like normal teams don't lose that way. Like it's not normal to lose by a 59-yard
Yeah,
field
it's
goal.
it's the ineptitude to win. Like you almost attempt to lose. You know.
that's what I'm saying. They caused 2 turnovers in overtime.
What if they're just sitting back, going, "We're gonna get a high draft pick and then win the Super Bowl next year"?
What I
Probably
think
not.
what I think is crazy is that people want to fire Hugh Jackson already whenever you doubled your win total from 2 years ago, not even last year. Last year you can't even double your win total.
Well,
0.
I mean, I guess I can it depends on what their mindset was already. Because if I'm a Browns fan, I wouldn't have even wanted them to retain him coming into this season.
well, it's true, but if you did, I don't know what you expected.
Yeah, I don't think that you could have changed your mind based off what you've seen so far this season. If you already had that mindset, then I get it. Because I don't think that he should have been the coach coming. I think that because they started fresh over with management, I thought they should have done the same thing and just completely started new.
See, I want to watch more of Hard Knocks because I wonder if it's just the personnel, not the coaching.
No, he does and says all the right things, but he's not. He's a terrible. Like you listen to what he says in the press conference, and he finally like said something that people could call him out on. Because most of the time, like I said, he says the right things, and you can't find a hole in it. But he was talking about the offense, and he said he needs to take more of a control on it because when that was the case, it was at its best. Meanwhile, he was the one in control of the offense the last 2 years, and the offense has been better this year with it being Todd Haley instead of him.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I'm just. I mean, I like Hugh Jackson as a person. If you watch Hard Knocks, you know it's hard not to like the guy. He went through a lot this offseason. He lost his brother and mom within like a week
and
of
broke
each
a
other.
hip.
So, what?
And broke a hip.
But anyway, yeah, I don't see how a fan could change their mind based off what they've seen this season. But if they already had the mindset that he shouldn't be the coach, then it makes sense. Also, yeah, they do. They find different ways to lose than
The normal.
like they don't just lose.
Their losses are depressing.
When are they going to lose on a safety? That's what I want to know.
Maybe to us.
Should I
We
go
play
to
them
that
next
game, by the
week,
way?
right?
Yeah, this Sunday. Should I go to that game?
Yeah.
Well, I've never been to a Steeler game. That's the first game after I turned 21, so I'm contemplating.
What did you being 21 have to do with anything?
Because I can drink and not have to deal with the assholes.
No, you'll just be one of them.
Well, I mean, I thought I already was.
I've only been to 4 Steeler games, so whatever.
Mr. Penguin game.
Yep.
So yeah, like we said, the Steelers take over first place. Shout out to Ryan Platt
Thanks for the video.
Yeah.
for the
Was
video.
that new?
No, that was from
No,
last
okay.
year.
that
that's
was
what I
from
thought.
yeah, that was from last year. I told him I was gonna start using those based off the scenario.
Oh, it's funny
So,
as hell.
yeah.
It's great.
And the trade deadline is approaching, and apparently it's gonna be
Oh.
the most active trade deadline
That doesn't take a lot.
in recent memory.
That doesn't
Yeah,
take a lot.
it won't. But the thing is, does that mean actual trades going down or just a lot of conversation?
I think for once there might be an actual trade or two, but I don't know if that's saying much.
Where's Pat Pete going?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think that he might get moved. Well, he still has. I feel like, but they presented him as available too late. I think that they're probably better off trading him in the offseason or at the
Well,
draft.
But all they're asking for is picks. Why would no team be in on that?
But that's what I'm saying. So they could trade him at the draft when the picks are literally going to be made that day.
Yeah.
Also,
what would
I hate going back to the thing about picks. I hate fans where they think it's just as simple as, oh, they want a first round pick, we have a first round pick. Why isn't the deal done already?
Well, yeah, no, I hate that too. But like specifically with the Steelers, and I've seen a lot of people say it, and it's kind of one thing I agree with Pony on, is why not go for a guy who is, you know what he is, instead of keep going back and drafting guys like Artie Burns that might not be as good as you think.
Well, yeah, but who says that they aren't in on him?
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. Like they could try. It takes two to make a trade.
Yeah, I know.
This idea that it's just as simple as handing them a pick and them handing
No,
Patrick
yeah, no.
Peterson is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, were you saying?
Although
Jason?
I was actually going to bring up the first round pick thing. Like, it's not that easy, but I do offer them our first round pick if I'm them.
Oh yeah.
Because
So-
we suck at drafting in the first round anyway.
It's probably gonna be a later pick though,
Yeah,
like 20 and back.
but they'll still have their first round picks. So they'd have 2 first round
Yeah.
picks. I mean, with Patrick Peterson though, if you trade for him right now, getting him the rest of this season and next season, and I think the season after that as well.
Oh
I
jeez.
think there's an option, yeah.
To me, they're probably asking for more than just 1 first round pick.
See, I think it was 2 firsts, like this year's and next year's. I think that's what it was. But even if it's like a later pick, I think you're gonna have to throw in a second for one of the years in there, or a third. That's me.
Yeah,
I don't know how
that's-
trading in the NFL works because you never see it. So
Yeah.
If you did trade for him, then you're probably eliminating a position that you need to draft for like
cornerback.
earlier.
Yeah.
Like you'd probably be using that first round pick on a corner or a linebacker anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just, how much am I willing? Definitely, I don't have a problem with a first round pick. I don't have a problem with adding a second round pick on a different year to that.
Yeah, it's
Like
If
if
we're
it was a
talking
first
like
this year and then a second in 2020,
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
yeah,
But if it's both first round picks, I don't know if I'd.
and
Yeah,
a
that's what
second rounder or something in one of
Yeah.
those,
I don't think I'd be down for that.
even a third rounder, because like you mentioned, the Steelers don't necessarily draft that well in the first round,
but the later
but-
rounds they're amazing.
but rounds 2 through 6, 7's kind of just a
That's just
wash anyway.
yeah.
But
the NFL is so strange to me. Just so strange.
I mean, to me, I'd almost rather take a chance on there's a lot of corners that are getting, like high corners like Artie Burns, that are getting thrown away by teams because they don't fit the system that they want to run. Darren Conley in Oakland, who Gruden's get probably trade here soon.
Well, Gruden's a whole different story.
One of many players that are probably going to be traded out of Oakland here soon.
Oh man, that's gonna be so fun to watch.
The trade deadline's actually next Tuesday, so
Can you explain to me why it's so early in the NFL? I feel like it should be later, like
I mean,
11
it's-
or 12.
It's
or something
halfway
like that.
through the season.
Which the MLB even gives you a little over. Same thing with the NHL. Like they let you go about 3/4 of the way through the year, and that's like, okay, this is the last chance to improve your team.
So you're saying after week 10 instead of week 8?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Well, maybe that's part of why their teams aren't so active. I don't know which way it is. Either
Yeah.
teams aren't so active because of when it is,
I think that's it.
or it's the opposite.
I think it's that because a lot of these owners are probably going at the same time, like, hey, if somebody gets hurt and we send a first rounder to these guys, we could end up in the top 5 of the draft and get completely fucked. But if it's week, let's say 13, 12, 13, maybe they don't care as much because they know they're locked in somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, look at how much the second round pick that the Niners sent to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Like, it was a second round pick, not a first round pick.
Mhm.
But still, it dropped because at the time the Patriots probably thought they were getting an early second round pick.
Yeah.
But Garoppolo ended up getting the Niners to 6 wins last year,
Mm-hmm.
so they fell back in the second round with that pick.
Yep.
So that just shows you one scenario of where that like how that had changed so quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's more of a PA issue than anything. Like I feel whenever they have the next lockout, that'll happen.
Well, yeah,
It's
there's
gonna
There's a
happen.
lot of things.
Every sport is going into a lockout in 2020.
There's
I'm
a lot of
guaranteeing
things to discuss
it. Oh,
between those two sides the next time there's a lockout.
so
Or I'm sorry, the next time CBA ends.
yeah.
Don't want to say it's to automatically be a lockout. But
Oh, come on. What's the other leagues for like football?
what do you mean?
CFL.
What's
Oh,
well, there's
yeah.
CFL in Canada. There's the XFL is starting back up. What was the one that Wes was talking about?
Oh,
Who's West?
Saunders. When we had him on.
Oh,
A something A.
I think his new profile picture is actually him in it. Him in his uniform.
Probably. I can't remember what it was.
AFA.
Probably. American Football Association.
That's what I'd guess it'd be.
Yeah.
Doesn't say. in his bio.
Something's gonna give in one of those leagues. are gonna
AAF,
take
American Action. Oh wait, no.
Nope,
Nope,
okay.
that's not it.
off. Okay. Riveting content.
That is not it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. I can't remember for the life of me.
It's a lead.
God. But yeah, no,
Yes, sir.
something's gonna give, and some other league's gonna take off probably during that. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Take off.
What?
I just think it's funny. Like some of the leagues can take off. Like thinking of a league taking off compared to the NFL.
Well, yeah, but when the NFL's not around,
Alliance of American Football.
It's like saying when the NHL locked out, the KHL took off. It's like yeah. As soon as the NHL season came back, every single player left.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they might make a lot of money for a short period of time.
Only player that
Isn't
didn't
it?
come back was Kovalchuk. Or no,
That's
he
wild.
did. He played that short season. That was his last season as a double.
Oh yeah. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Then you got a bunch of untaxed money.
And Putin's money.
Blake Bortles got replaced finally.
What?
Yeah, Cody Kessler came in. They actually scored
His
the first drive
Yeah.
that he came in.
See, I didn't watch any football yesterday. So
Jacksonville got beat again.
good.
They are 3-4.
Get us, I'm not sorry.
They are 3-4.
Their defense is fake.
I want to say too, before the season, Tong said the Steelers were going to win 6 games. I think he might have been talking about the Jaguars.
See a Jags fan too.
Of course.
So,
Hopkins burnt Ramsey on a pass.
and caught with one hand.
Yeah.
Can we I don't think we discussed this on here. The
How he went into a shell.
the art of shit talking and how Jalen Ramsey is a bitch.
Go on.
Because after that last game, one of the reporters said, "How does it, or what is it
Oh.
like to have your defense exposed?" And he just answered everything as,
I don't know. Yeah.
Just like, if you're gonna shit talk, keep shit talking. Draymond knows how to shit talk. Don't be a bitch whenever shit hits the fan. And that's what Jalen did. Turned into a little bitch. That's a rant. That's a get us rant right there.
I don't know.
Stop. I know what you're doing.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's being Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, I do think that's funny.
I
He loves
hate it.
he loves to open his mouth.
I mean,
except when
Hopkins
they
still
lose.
did only have 50 yards, though. Again,
Still,
50 yards and a touchdown.
I mean, I'm not saying it's specifically him, but if he's shit talking for the entire team, and when the entire team turns ass, and he just goes,
Hey, blame
well,
Bortles.
well, the thing is, he was talking about the quarterback. When we talked about all the quarterbacks,
that was funny.
did he even mention Bortles?
He said he's good enough for us to win.
Yeah, obviously not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was last year, not this year.
Even that's the thing. I think it's one of those things like the league has finally figured out how to play them properly.
How could you not figure out how to play? Well, the thing is, too,
We
Even
didn't
when-
figure out how to play
Yeah.
them properly.
even when we did, or teams did, stack the box, at least Blake Bortles did enough. I mean, he threw for like 300 yards in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah. Who? Marquise Lee, right? He's out.
Yeah.
Maybe taking out the receiving game a little bit kind of hurts Bortles. 'Cause
Maybe.
Keelan
I mean,
Cole's
he's not
the
a
top guy there.
star.
Well, no, he's not.
But-
But he was Bortles' go-to guy.
Maybe.
kept the pressure off Keelan Cole.
I mean, they don't have Fournette right now.
That's another big one. Even though they traded for Carlos Hyde.
Yeah. But Fournette, I don't know. He's a weird case. Definitely should not have been the 4th overall pick when they took him,
No.
especially when you have Blake Bortles as a quarterback.
Which draft
But-
was that?
2 years ago? Yeah.
I would say 16.
Who was the quarterbacks that came out of that draft?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
It would be the 2015 football season.
I got no idea.
So 2015 was Jameson Mariota, right? So the year after that.
Oh,
Are there any starters in the league?
I don't think so.
I'm looking up the 2016 NFL draft.
Was that Goff?
Jared Goff.
Wentz.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Goff and Wentz. How did I?
was that it?
For quarterbacks?
Yeah.
I
think
I'm
so.
looking at drafts by selection.
Pretty sure. Tyler Boyd. Hey.
There hasn't. I'm in the 3rd round. There still isn't quarterback after those two.
That was the only two.
The next quarterback to be taken was, I think it was a compensatory pick for the Browns, Cody Kessler,
Okay.
Such a drop off.
So
pick 93.
yeah, Jaguars could have had Goff or Wentz, and
God.
not Blake Bortles. Now, who would that running back be? I don't know. They did survive with
TJ Yeldon. Yeah.
if they had quarterback.
I mean, as you can see now, if you have a line and a decent quarterback, look at the Steelers. You're going to have a decent run game.
Oh, so they have a decent quarterback?
When he's on. Once
Oh,
again.
By the way, no. I got it. I thought about something
Oh, no.
because
I'm
I
worried.
saw somebody tweeted about it was Mark Madden. Mark Madden tweeted about Juju's drops, and you said something about catching the football in the rain.
Yeah,
Well, okay, but can you throw the football in the rain
I can. I actually can.
as
maybe
accurate,
maybe not that
more
hard.
accurately than Ben Roethlisberger?
I mean,
Don't even say it.
I was
Don't say it.
I was decently accurate when we were playing, but I don't know about throwing hard. You know?
So, well, my point is
At an NFL level.
But even the games where it wasn't shitty weather, he was missing by a lot. And that's not my point. Is I'm not talking about as a whole. I'm talking about in that game, in that moment.
okay. My point is I don't have a problem with criticizing drops because we're not paid
Well, yeah.
to do it. So that would be my response to that part. But next.
I actually do have a question.
What?
You said the Giants are 1-5?
Yeah.
Eli Manning has his highest passing completion rating in his career.
It's because he keeps
1-5.
dumping it off to Saquon.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's
That-
why I love Saquon on fantasy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's not because he's playing well
No.
that he has the highest completion percentage of his
Yeah.
career. He's just not throwing the ball more than 10 yards down the field.
yeah.
I mean, Saquon in his second or third game set the Giants receiving and his receptions in a game record with 14.
Yeah.
Good God. They're such a mess.
I got like 38 points that week.
There's no reason that he should be on the Giants.
No.
But here
There's
we
no
are.
way he stays there either.
Well,
Draft a lineman first round next year.
A lineman, a quarterback.
Lineman. I am very adamant about that.
and what if he sucks?
Then that's the risk you take. But you draft a lineman, your line sucks.
Yeah. I mean, they have the receivers. They have the running back. Their defense is still kind of.
But the worst part of their team is their O-line.
Yeah.
I mean that. Like, Eli's not the worst part of their team. Their linemen are.
Did they ever have a good O-line?
When they won Super Bowls, they were decent.
I was going to say it was decent. It wasn't
Yeah.
good.
It was decent enough to beat the Patriots.
Well, yeah.
The undefeated Patriots at that.
Their defense was also pretty damn good at that time.
But the thing is, they've already worked on half of their line.
Yeah.
Like, they got Nate Solder in free agency, and they drafted Will Hernandez in the second round. So that's their left tackle and guard. I don't know who is on the other side. I mean, I knew they gave up on Eric Flowers,
Oh, yeah. Eric.
and now he's a Jaguar.
Oh, how appropriate.
Hold on. I want to see who the top lineman is for this year's draft.
Couldn't even tell you.
I'm pretty sure it's someone from Alabama is the top prospect.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Who Who are some good offensive linemen in the NFL that came out of Alabama?
Good point. Even though I couldn't name any offensive
I don't
linemen
really
where they
know a
went to
lot of
school.
like linemen that where they went to school. So,
Hmm.
the only reason I know where the Steelers went to school is because they're the Steelers.
Yeah.
I just feel like Alabama doesn't produce good NFL offensive linemen. Like,
Which
they
is
don't pan
weird.
out.
Weird to think about. Because they produce everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Because so much of being a good lineman isn't even about it's about coaching.
Number 1 tackle is
Yeah.
Trey Adams from Washington.
But he's probably. See, I think they're better off taking the best guard
Okay.
because he's probably better
Guard's
suited to play
outside,
left
right?
tackle. No,
Guards
center,
outside?
center, guards, tackles.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Cody Ford, Oklahoma.
There you go.
I like how you did that. by the
Send
way.
it in. That's who you should take.
Is he even projected to be a first rounder?
Yeah.
Okay.
He said it says drafts or rounds 1 and 2.
Okay, so if he's even on the bubble, the Giants will be picked at the top, so they should probably just trade back.
Who's up for the
In your
Steelers at the end of the year?
Who's up?
Yeah, whose deals are up?
Wait, what? What's the question?
What contracts expire at the end of the year for the Steelers? I can't remember.
I mean, they can make a lot expire.
Le'Veon Bell.
Maybe, if he shows up.
They can do away with a lot. They can cut anybody and not give them much.
Well, whose contracts are
Yeah,
legitimately
I
ending?
don't.
Isn't Joe Hayden's done?
Mike Hilton. Was
No,
only on a
Joe
one-year
Hayden is
deal.
next year.
Okay.
Mike Hilton was only on a 1-year deal.
Who's getting re-signed?
I
I feel like a lineman's up.
They picked up Bud's option. Ramon Foster
I think so.
probably is. Yeah,
Let's see.
and that's kind of curious to see what happens there, because you
Mhm.
have B.J. Finney, who's played both center and guard when we've needed him to. You have your other reserve linemen that we've seen in game action are tackles. So I don't know if they could play guard. Chooks, Okorafor, and Filer.
What was that last one?
Matt
Filer.
Filer.
Filer, okay. How's it going?
There needs to be like a cap friendly for the
Every other
NFL.
sport, yeah.
Because spot rack sucks.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize there wasn't.
What?
I didn't realize cap friendly was just
Yeah.
NHL.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really use it
Le'Veon
enough, but
Bell, Ramon Foster, Tyson Alualu,
Oh.
Ryan Shazier, Jordan Berry, Anthony Chickalo, Cody Sensabaugh, Darius Hayward-Bay, Daniel McCullers, Justin Hunter, Nate Berry, Stephen Ridley, L.J. Fort, Xavier Grimble, Cameron Canaday, B.J. Finney, Eli Rogers, Jesse James, Latarius Walton, Zach Banner, Mike Hilton, Jordan Dangerfield, Matt Failer, Ryan Malik, Jake McGee, Keith Kelsey, and Malik Golden.
So a lot of backups.
yeah. I mean, the only names
yeah.
that are on there are, like, obviously Shazier.
Well,
Can't play right now.
Bell.
And Foster. I mean, B.J. Finney was on there. They're going to bring him back.
yeah.
Do you think they
Mike
bring
Hilton.
DHB back to
Mike Hilton,
play
yeah.
special teams?
How long are they going to keep doing that before they just say somebody else can play special teams?
I don't know 'cause he's good at it.
Yeah. It's like Devin Hester, but not.
But I think they found a gunner in Brian Allen,
Oh, yeah.
who we played Call of Duty with yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
He was just I was like, B Allo 14 was in our game, and I was like, that's definitely Brian Allen. That's his Twitter name. And then it was also his Instagram name. So
Huh.
we were like, yeah. So we tweeted him and then he liked it.
Did you guys win at least?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
nice.
Yeah. I invite him to the
He
party.
killed a guy and he was teabagging.
That's awesome.
He was the last one alive in Search and Destroy, and the dude had already planted. He just like watched him plant and then killed him and then just
Just
went to town. Wow. Both said went to town.
Okay, we need to hurry up.
He went to the University of Utah, though. Go Cougs.
Who cares?
I care.
We have a half hour. Let's talk
Now
hockey.
number 23. All right, well, actually, real quick,
Oh.
last stuff in the NFL. Breeze beat his last team that he needed to beat all 32.
Surprised it was
It's-
the Ravens.
What's like, people act like, I mean, it is obviously it's hard to accomplish because you obviously have to play in at least 2 different teams
Mhm.
to have it happen. So if you're with the same team your entire NFL career, that's not going to happen.
No.
So for people that are saying Ben could never, you're right. He never could because he'll never beat the Steelers. And lastly, the Bears-Patriots. You didn't see that at all?
No.
The Bears were in it the entire time. I mean, they led for a decent amount of the game. It came down to a Hail Mary, which
Of course.
got thrown to the 1-yard line, and the guy could knock it in. So the Bears almost tied it at the end of the game.
Oh. Oh.
It was Kevin White, first-round bust.
Reach the ball.
No, literally everybody was in front of it. Like there
Oh,
was
yeah.
There was a
chance he was moving
wall.
that ball. Yeah. If he would have stuck that ball, it would have gotten smacked right out of his hand.
As soon as it touches the plane, it doesn't matter.
No, but I'm saying like you gotta watch the play. There was no chance
Mm.
of him even getting to the plane.
He
He was
just
on
saw
the
the line
1-yard
and
line.
went,
As soon
fuck.
as he caught it, it was just going the other direction. All right, hockey.
Now the fun part.
The Penguins are playing a game each year. It looks like, basically.
Yeah.
That's how much time's in between games.
What
which
the
is-
hell?
It's so spread out now, which we know means later it's going to be game, day off, game, 3 and 4, something like that.
Yeah.
But we did see Matt Murray come back, and he gets the shutout against
God.
Toronto, as
He
everybody
looked good.
expected.
Yeah.
Not really. Not necessarily because of him, but I definitely thought that was going to be like a 6-5 game.
Oh, yeah.
Toronto had the number 1 offense.
Number 1 offense, and what are they, like 28th in goals given up?
Oh, yeah, because the defense
Some-
is ass.
yeah. So, and has Frederick Anderson been as bad as his numbers are, or is he
He's-
kind of the same thing? He's just
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
sucks in the beginning of the year.
Yeah. And his defense doesn't exist, so.
yeah. I mean, I know the defense has been a problem, but I feel like that's been a thing there, and it's never been. He's like his numbers have never looked that bad. So I didn't know.
They
that.
do in
he-
October.
Yeah, his October numbers are horrible.
Okay. And their backup is Sparks.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many games? Has
I was
he played?
I was kind of
2?
surprised about
Yeah, me too.
because they they both got
claimed.
claimed.
Yeah,
Curtis
McElhaney's,
McElhaney and
uh,
Carter Hutton.
Carolina.
Not Hutton. Picard.
Picard. Yeah, Carter Hutton's in Buffalo.
Calvin Picard got claimed by Philly,
Yes, who's now
and
ass completely.
McElhaney claimed.
Carolina.
Carolina claimed.
He's
He didn't claim
looking good.
Carolina.
Yeah.
McElhaney
he
claimed
may-
Carolina.
He may as well because he's
I
holding
picked
them together.
Carolina.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the Flyers suck.
Good.
Yeah.
Stupid ass mascot.
Dude, I love Gritty. I love Gritty so much.
Is it the orange?
It's he's insane. I love it.
Fair enough. I do
It's
like
not
that.
the orange. It's just his face, his eyes, his everything about him. But yeah, Austin Matthews was. Oh, that was me bouncing my leg and something
Oh.
bouncing on the TV. Austin Matthews didn't score a goal against us. Big shock right
Tavares
there.
didn't score a goal against us, but he did fry Chris Letang.
Yeah, but
That was nasty.
yeah.
but Austin Matthews has had 10 goals in 6 games going into that game.
he did.
I didn't even really notice him. We deployed Crosby against him seemingly every shift.
Crosby
Which-
for Selke? Question mark.
Which that's probably a little bit on Babcock. I mean, they had
Yeah.
home ice. You can get him out there against. You have last change,
Oh, yeah.
so you can get him out there for your best possible matchup most of the time.
Speaking of Babcock, did you see what he said when it came to Crosby and McDavid?
Still the best player
Yeah.
in the world.
He said it's not even close.
Yeah.
I did. It's about hardware.
It was pretty great.
I mean, that's he said.
Well,
it's
he,
about hardware.
he said it's about hard. When it comes down to it, that's how you're defined. Like, which normally I say championships aren't how you should like rank players, but when stats like don't
Stabs.
when stats you can't differentiate it between it, then I agree with that.
Yeah.
But also he made a point like he's been the best player on the best team for years,
Mm-hmm.
and McDavid's the best player on a terrible team.
Horrible team.
I mean, I'm not trying to slime McDavid. He's obviously like
Does he have a point on every goal still for
Almost.
Edmonton?
He was like
'Cause he was
60%.
8 for 8. Okay,
Yeah,
it
he's at,
was
like-
8 for 8. I saw Edmonton got shut out in their last game.
Yeah, he's like 60% on their goals in some way, shape, or form,
Hmm.
which is wild.
God.
You know, back to the Penguins. Cullen looks good.
42 years old.
He looks fast.
What a sly young man.
I don't get it.
I mean, I expect them to be rejuvenated in Pittsburgh, but yeah, I don't know. They haven't. I thought Derek Grant was going to get in the game,
I did too.
the last one, but not necessarily. I thought not for him. I thought Sprong was coming out
Yeah.
because that's what Seth Rohrbaugh was saying. Intuition tells me that it's going to be Grant in for Sprong and Rui to win for Alexiak, and neither of those things happened.
Yeah.
Which Sprong and Simone only played 2 periods. They didn't touch the ice in the third
No,
period.
yeah, they shortened the bench to 10.
Yeah.
Both of them played like 8 minutes.
Sullivan likes Simone, I think, a lot, but Simone in game, like, if he takes a penalty, that's it. Sullivan's like, you're done. Because I remember the game where he took that penalty where he threw the puck over the glass. That was it. And then he took a slashing call in the last game. After that penalty, that was it.
Gotta
And then
rein
what
him
is
in.
this for Sprong?
I don't know.
He just doesn't like him.
It's just like, when's Rutherford just gonna say like put him on the top, like in the top or top 9,
Top 12.
top 12, yeah, top 12, put him in the top 12. Yeah, but
Okay,
like,
done.
when's he gonna tell him to put him in the top 9?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I mean, I think it's obvious Rutherford wants him up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
But-
it's obvious Sullivan doesn't.
Yeah, but ultimately, I mean, the coach is the coach, but the GM is his boss.
Yeah.
So
I really do think he's going to get traded.
Maybe.
if he's still on the 4th line by that time, then yeah, what's the point in keeping him?
You're just ruining him.
Because I still think he has some value. Not as much as if you would have traded him like last year, or the year before that, but
Yeah.
we didn't know he was going to be just stuck on the 4th line.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be something.
His defense isn't that bad, I don't think.
No. I think it's just
So I don't know what it is.
It's a personal thing.
Well, but there's got to be. I mean, Sullivan obviously sees something
Mm-hmm.
when he watches him that he doesn't like. I mean, there's no reason. Like, it's obviously not just I don't like this kid for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, like if it was the defense, and I'm comparing him to Kessel, but like, then if it was strictly defense, then Kessel wouldn't be playing as much. But it's obviously not.
No.
Now I get Sprong isn't like the production that Kessel is, but
Yeah.
still,
I would say you have to live with what Kessel is defensively. You
yeah,
don't necessarily have to live with what Sprong is defensively because
Yeah.
you're putting him on the 4th line anyway. Like, you need him to be a checking forward right now.
Yeah. By the way, Broussard's looked really good with Crosby in the short time that's been.
Yeah, I'm confused about that whole situation because they made it seem like, he could play 2 games at center, then 1 game at wing, then 2 games at center. Like, I don't know. Because I'm big into continuity. Like, I think that you need, like, chemistry is huge, obviously, and you can't just say, all right, you're going to play center 2 games, and then we're going to move you on to the wing, so someone else is going to come down.
which
I
is
just
why the
think
Malkin line looks like the best line.
3
so
guys
far.
need to play together I mean, obviously you have to find the right combinations first, and that
Mhm.
takes time. But
Yeah.
once you do, I think you got to stick with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've told a couple people that I think the Malkin line's the best, like played as the best line just because they've played together the whole time.
Yeah.
They haven't been shuffled at all.
Yeah. Even though Hagelin just doesn't look like he belongs there sometimes. Now, it seems like he's made an adjustment. I mean, he played pretty well the last 2 games. But up until even the Vegas game that we were both at, like, when they get to the blue line, it just seems so out of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
They go off sides, it seems, more than anybody. It just, I don't know, seems kind of out of whack. But anyway.
I feel like
Uh,
Hagelin's on that line. It was just like, you're fast, go get the puck for these 2.
Yeah. It adds something else. And he plays pretty tough on the boards for his size.
Yeah.
Anyway. The Panthers want the NHL to take action on Ovechkin. Did you see that?
I didn't
at
see
all?
the hit.
I didn't see the hit at all either. You know what? I'm going to pull it up because
Because I'm speaking on something I don't know then.
yeah.
But who is it on?
That's a good question.
Oh, another hit. Did you see Mike Matheson's hit on Elias
Pissick.
Peterson?
Huh?
I think it's Mike Matheson. Is that his name? On Elias Peterson.
Oh yeah.
He got suspended 2 games for that, which I saw a lot of people disagree with. But it's not like he just hit him on the puck. He literally hit him into the boards, and then choke slammed him onto the ice. All right, let me look at this. So what are they saying? They hit him. He hit him high.
Yeah.
Was it
And his
interference?
elbow popped up. I don't think that there was a call on it. And Mark Pysyk didn't return to the game after it.
When was that hit?
Friday night.
And it's Monday, so
Yeah.
they're not going to do anything then.
Yeah. But the Panthers head coach said it's high, it's a headshot, and the league's trying to clamp down on that. Whether there's no call, I'm not going to blame the refs on that. Maybe they missed it, it's whatever. That stuff happens, but those are the kind of plays that need to be reviewed.
The league's trying to clamp down on that?
Yeah.
What game is he watching?
Maybe he meant the league should be trying to clamp down on it.
Yeah, they're right. I don't know.
I don't see.
To me,
I see his elbow pop up, but that's after contact.
Yeah, it's not like he raised his elbow and then hit him. Like, to me, that's more of you're following through with your arm.
Yeah.
I
mean, he does hit him in the jaw area, and that's why his head snaps back. So
where's the point of contact? Oh, that's not the.
No, not anymore.
Like, does he hit him like in the high chest and then goes up, or there's a point of contact his jaw?
This is why I tell people to watch the video.
See, to me, it looks like the point of contact, which, I mean, I hate talking about this because of the Tom Wilson thing, but the point of contact looks like he hits him, and when he follows through the hit, his arm comes up and hits him, which I'm not saying is right, but I don't think he elbowed him in the jaw first.
But
it still happened.
Yeah.
But it's 3 days later, so the league's obviously not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Of course not. It's also Ovi, so.
It's Ovi on a guy nobody cares about.
Who was it?
Mark Pysyk.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
cares.
They already have one Capital suspended. They can't have 2. And both Capitals top liners.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson, top line. Never would
Somehow.
have heard that.
I mean, he was a first-round pick.
Wasted first-round pick.
Alex Tuck got an extension
Did he?
with the Knights.
Yep.
7 years.
$33.5 million.
Yeah.
Christ.
What? It's only like 4.5 a year.
Still.
He's, how old is it, 23?
Yeah. So he's locked up in Vegas forever.
How tall is he?
6'4", I think.
Okay. He just seems huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that is tall.
6'4", then he's like 6'6" on skates.
For a forward, especially. But
keep going.
Okay.
That's pretty much all we had to say about him.
That's about all I had to say on Alex Tuck. Is he still in there? Is he in the top? He's on the top. Is he on the top line? He's not. I'm pretty sure he's on the second
I'm
line.
not sure. But yeah, he is
Their
6'4".
top-
He was
No,
definitely last year.
Their
But
top
because
line
of
is Carlson,
Marcia Show and Riley Smith.
and Smith, yeah.
So what does he play like when healthy with Stastny and Patrick? When Stastny's healthy with Stastny and Pacioretty?
Maybe.
Well, might be a good deal. Especially as the cap continues to go up.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing related to the NHL is we talked about it. Paul Kariya got his jersey retired. Sitting right next to Timu's now in the rafters there. Probably one of my favorite players growing up, to be honest with you. Small guy, speed, fun to watch. And they also, the jerseys that they had when he played there as well.
Yeah.
Plays into that. So.
Some of my favorite jerseys.
And then, his appearance in the movie, Mighty Ducks movies.
Yeah.
As an announcer.
Wayne Gretzky was in the second one.
Yeah.
I remember my friend, I was watching it with him. He's like, He's like, that's not Gretzky, right? I was like, no, that's him.
Nope, that's him. Where's Mario? Unbelievable.
Where's Sid? They should have had like 6-year-old Sid in the movie.
Maybe they need to do a remake or something. They need to make a movie actually about the Kenyan hockey team.
They do.
That'd be pretty cool.
Be right up there with the Jamaican bobsledding team.
Yeah, the captain came back to the game against Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to meet with Sid.
Sid gave him his jersey. So now I'm just wondering when's he going to be a Penguin.
God.
That would be something.
Is
Someone from Africa cracking the NHL.
Is he a forward or does he play defense?
I'm going to guess he's a forward.
Yeah. I don't think it's
Do they
Much
even have a
defense.
defenseman?
probably not. 5 wings. Let's go.
Yeah, shout out to Tim Hortons for doing that.
That was cool.
Which, by the way,
I want one of those jerseys.
Yeah. Speaking of, hit up Jason. Speaking of 5 forwards all play, or yeah, just 5 forwards. I accidentally picked a sniper when I was playing his defense for threes
On NHL the
on
other night.
NHL, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's great.
I saw some people showing concern over Crosby not scoring a goal yet. People relax.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's your star. But in 2015-16, the first year we won the back-to-back cups, he didn't have a point in 8 of his first 9 games. And I get it was under Johnston, not Sullivan, but still. Like, he finished the league second in the scoring that year, so relax.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. This team doesn't try until February anyway, so.
Well, we all know Crosby's going to have a span of like 2.5 months where he's just going to go on a tear and then like jump up to second in scoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, even if he does it, I don't care as long as the team's winning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think. I mean, I think he cares that he's not scoring a little bit. Like he would like to have the relief of scoring a goal, but I don't think he cares if he's leading the league in scoring. If the team's winning,
Yeah.
No.
But I think once he does score one,
open the floodgates.
yeah. Well, do we have anything else
Other than it's still too early.
related to anything?
I don't think so. I think we're good.
Ohio State lost to Purdue.
That was
That
wild.
game was awesome.
I was on PlayStation. I was just kept getting scoring alerts. I was like,
Somebody's going, fuck.
42 of the 69 points scored, nice, that were in that game
Beat me
came
to
in the
it.
fourth quarter.
What?
Yeah.
speaking of fourth quarter's output, Cam Newton yesterday was 17 of 22 for 201 yards and 2 touchdowns just in the fourth quarter.
Good God.
Yeah, but he threw
Sarge-
5 incompletions.
Sarge has
He's
him
not
again.
good enough for her.
Sarge has him against me. Well, if you guys don't have anything else,
I don't think so.
we will have Travis on here in a bit.
Looking like I still do fraud. Flying private jet with the rod. It's that Z shit. It's that Z shit. Blow the brains out the coop. Polly one on top, but I'm on mute. I'ma bust her wrist down 'cause she cute.
Alrighty, and we are back with Pirates prospect and 2018 first-round pick, Travis Swaggerty. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate it. We've been in contact for a couple months now, trying to make this happen, and I appreciate you doing this, and happy that we can make it happen eventually.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but I'm glad I can finally start to talk to you guys.
Yeah. So first question, before we get anything else, how is Peyton doing?
Peyton's doing well. She's still, trying to recover and get her levels back to where they need to be, but slowly but surely she's getting there, and she's actually able to go to the gym with me now, so that's pretty nice. But so I'll just tell you how far she's come. She's able to go to the gym and do some cardio and strain a little bit. So within the next few months, she should be pretty much back to normal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I've kept up with the progress that's going on there. And it's awesome to see that, like you said, she's getting back slowly but surely, and just in a couple months it's going to be like, she's the exact same person and back to being able to do everything that she wants. So
Yeah, I thought it was pretty awesome to see how like Bucko Nation was like giving her all the support too.
absolutely. I mean, and it was just, right after you got drafted too, which is crazy. And So obviously all the Pirate fans were following you very quickly, and then to see that happen, and everybody just here in Pittsburgh rallied around you guys pretty quickly there.
Yeah, it was a really tough time. When it happened, I just started playing, and for this to go on, back home, to the person I love the most, it's pretty tough. But the Pirates were gracious enough to let me fly home and be there for her and for her surgery. And then, yeah, like you said, on top of that, the whole fan base reaching out to us, it was really, really special. And when I got drafted, and I said, Pittsburgh just seems like the right fit, that kind of solidified it for me.
Yeah, so that's actually that's a good segue for us. The first question that I have is I asked this to everybody that's come on here, is what was the draft process like for you specifically?
During the fall of my junior year, I had a lot of meetings with a lot of teams. After my summer with Team USA, I got some attention, so that was pretty nice. But, once the spring came around, the meetings didn't go as heavy. They actually just let me play. And it's funny, Darren Mazeroski, the area scout for Alabama, he was the first meeting I had in August. And then I didn't really meet with the Pirates after that. But I just heard that, if I get to the Pirates, like, there's a good chance I get taken. And I was like, please, God, let me go to the Pirates. Because once it started to unfold, and once we got closer to the draft, the teams that were, I guess, kind of in the pick range that they thought I was going, those are the ones that started to give me more attention, and the higher up guys. So it was pretty cool to get all that attention from the Pirates. And I just kind of knew, like, even like meeting with Maz and meeting with the other guys, everyone's just so down to earth, and they're just flat out good people, and that's why I say that's the right fit.
Yeah, you mentioned the pick range for you. Was that did you get taken kind of where you thought, or higher
Yeah,
low?
I mean, it was pretty much anywhere from, I mean, it could have been as high as 5 or 6, could have been as low as 15, 20. I had no idea. I really didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that, my agent had told me, if you get to the Pirates, like, just be on the edge of your seat. You never know. But they've given us some attention. So, like, okay, sounds good. And I just let it happen. But it was pretty cool, being at the draft in Secaucus, New Jersey. And, a lot of people, like, at least the guys that are back home, they get a phone call like, hey, we're taking you, whatever. And then they get, selected on the show. I was just sitting there, and I had zero clue. I didn't even have my phone. I was just sitting there waiting. So I got announced. That's why I was so emotional, because I had no idea it was happening.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome that because like as fans, we don't know the prospects' reactions whenever they get taken by a team. So it's pretty cool that you wanted to be drafted by the Pirates.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's a good fit. And if you look at the Pirates as a whole, other than the Archer trade, you don't really see them go out and spend a lot of money on free agents. A lot of their guys on the big league roster are homegrown guys that went all the way throughout the organization. So that was another thing. They're not usually a big spender. So I'm pretty confident that, I'll be able to come up through the system and not have to worry about getting traded.
Yeah,
at least this soon. Except for, I mean, Shane Baz is the exception, but
yeah.
Like I said, the guys in the big leagues for the most part are homegrown guys. So hopefully I can add on to that list.
That's an interesting point that I've never really thought about, trying to get into the mind of a prospect of like a bigger market team as opposed to a smaller market team. Because if you're a top prospect in a big market team, you got to be thinking like, all right, we know the team's going to be good. They're going to be looking for pieces at the trade deadline. There's a good chance I'm getting moved. Other teams are going to covet me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or even like for example, let's talk, like, let's say I went to the Brewers, because they just played. Their outfield is Kane, Yelich, and Braun. Like, that's pretty crowded. That's for the immediate future, at least. Those guys are not going anywhere. So that's not a place as an outfielder that I would want to go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So there's a difference.
It's interesting. I've never thought about it that way.
Alrighty. Talking about things that are different, how different is college baseball compared to high school baseball, and then pros to college?
Between high school and college, I mean, it's a huge difference for one, but the amount of time you have to put in, like, you have to really manage your time in college, because in high school you have all the time in the world. You really don't have to study that much. Like you practice, you do whatever you want. Like you have all this time. But when you're in the off season in college, you're doing fall games, you're doing fall workouts, practice. Like in high school, you're only able to practice up to a certain date, or you have like a guidelines when you can actually do stuff. But in college, it starts earlier and it's more. You do more. Um, and then college to pros, really not that much different other than playing every day. You don't in pro ball you don't get days to practice. You practice before games in pro ball, and in college it's not like that. So college really helps you work on managing your time, but also taking care of your body. You have to learn how to take care of your body through a whole season, especially in pro ball. Like I mean, in college I started in February and ended beginning of September because of pro ball, but next year pro ball will be that that time span, but way more games in there. So that last year kind of taught me how to take care of my body, how much I need to eat, how much I need to work out, and all that, and that'll help me go in the pro season. But that's really the big difference: is just playing every day and taking care of your body.
Okay, and I'm sure that you played some with wooden bats in preparation of becoming a major leaguer, but was it a hard adjustment at all for you to switch to wooden bats?
Not really. Usually, in the past, in summer ball, I was swinging wood bats, and I would hit pretty well. So I've always liked the feel of wood bats, and also like when I'm on my own hitting off the tee or hitting with some guys, I'm usually hitting with wood. So just to make sure that adjustment period wasn't as long. But the only reason that I had any type of adjustment issue was because, after the draft, I didn't play, or after our last game at South, I didn't play for like 3 weeks to a month. So just getting the timing back there. But the bats, not so much.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I remember when we had Dion Stafford on, he's kind of said the same thing. He had used wooden bats in the past and in preparation and in different leagues and stuff, so it wasn't really an adjustment period. He also said that he liked the feel of wooden bats even before. So, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the main difference is adjusting to the pitcher, not so much the bat. Pitching's a little bit more difficult. Stuff's better, so
Yeah,
adjust to the pitching
that's
more so
actually
than the bat.
that's actually what I was just gonna ask. Was the skill level an adjustment period coming from compared to like college to the minors, like the pitchers and stuff? But you kind of just answered that, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Just because I played in the Sun Belt, so there weren't really many guys that would run it up. Like the most velo I saw would be like 92, 93, and that was like once a weekend maybe. I saw a lot of off speed in college, and coming up into pro ball, you're swinging wood bats, so they're going to challenge you with more fastballs, and these guys throw harder. So just adjusting to velo really was because the stuff was pretty similar because a lot of guys in the New York Penn League obviously were college guys. So it was pretty similar there, but just getting used to the velo.
Okay. Do you approach at bats differently depending on the situation, or do you kind of just have one mindset when you're at bat?
No, it depends. It also depends on who's throwing. I have a different approach against a lefty versus a righty, depending on if they have sink or they throw four seam, doesn't matter. I try to adjust to what their repertoire is, and also the situation. Obviously, if there's like you need to move a guy over, like in pro ball, it really matters because wood bats runs are at a premium compared to metal bats, so and the pitching's better. So situational stuff like you probably don't bunt as much, but you still need to have an approach. You still need to know what you need to do in each situation instead of just trying to hit a double or trying to hit a homer.
Okay. Also, as you were talking, another question kind of popped up into my mind that I didn't have on here. When you guys watch, say, tape on a pitcher and try to get some knowledge on them, do you do it like a game-by-game basis, like for the start of the previous day or the start of the next day, or is it kind of just like before a series you like study all of the pitchers from a different team?
Actually, with the Pirates, we have this program called U-Hit, and what it does, it's like a little simulator, and they'll tell us like who's in line to start against us, and it'll actually have not quite video, but it's like the ball coming out of their hand, and you have to click whether it's a strike or a ball, and then like what pitch it is. It's a little hard to explain, but
Wow.
we have like you can kind of see like if they have run on their fastball, it rides, what their breaking ball depth is just off a little simulator. So that kind of helps, but um, we would always have video in the locker room before a game. So like after BP or before BP, there'd be a video of a guy pitching. We'd have his velo, what pitches he throws, what percentage he throws with runner score position, what percentage he throws with guys that are no one on base. So we had a lot of information to go off of, and obviously you get to see videos, so you see where he likes to throw it and what he likes to throw in each count. So we have a lot of information to base our decisions off of and base our approach off of.
Okay. Is that simulation thing kind of unique, or is that kind of around the league?
I'm not really sure. I have never heard of anyone else doing it, but
Okay.
you're asking the wrong person on that one. I don't really
Yeah.
know. But
I just didn't know if you had like friends in other systems, if they'd ever, mentioned something like that to you or whatever. But because I've never.
no, not that I
Yeah.
can think of.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard too. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm. All right. What are your? I'm sure you have some. What are your pregame superstitions?
I'm not really that superstitious. I have a tea routine I like to do before BP, just to feel what I want to feel that day. But for the most part, the only superstition I really have is like, oh, I had 3 hits yesterday with a white sleeve and white tape on. I'm going to wear a white sleeve with white tape on today. Why mess with something if it works? So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Okay. Yeah, makes
It's
sense. Athletes for the most part are so superstitious. That's why I was just curious. But so I asked everybody that comes on here that.
I used to be like, I mean, pro ball is a little bit different because you play so much. Like you're gonna struggle and you're gonna do well. Like it's not like, oh, I'm doing this one thing and it's gonna help me for the whole season. Like it doesn't work like that. It's just baseball. So like I used to do, like if I had a piece of gum in my mouth and I got a hit or I got on base or whatever, I would not spit that piece of gum out. But if I struck out or had a bad at bat, I'd spit it out and get another one. And if it works, it works. But I'm not really like that anymore, just because it's a lot of BS, I'd say.
Gotcha. Were you about to say something?
Well, I was just thinking of superstitions, and it's funny, like, as well, either athletes or fans too. We all have them.
Yeah.
And it's like for me, I either wear if I'm watching a game, it's like I wear the same thing, or like try to wear the same thing, have the TV on the same volume, and it's like, in my head, I know that's not doing anything, but
I feel like
you
you
don't
have
wanna
to do
mess
it.
with the mojo.
yeah,
You don't want to mess with the mojo.
exactly.
Alrighty, so I don't know if you can think of any or not, but do you see any players in the MLB that are a good comparison to your game?
I had some player comps, going to the draft, and Brett Gardner was one, Benintendi was one. I like Charlie Blackmon too, but I would probably say Benintendi the most. I mean, he's got a little more juice than I do for sure, but I think I'm pretty comparable to him defensively, and swings are not that far off. But I like him as a player. He goes hard and plays with all 5 tools, and he's not a big guy either. So I like to.
Maybe we
be
can
like him.
see one of those game-saving catches from you then in the outfield
So
someday.
you can plan on it.
No, if we get a player like Andrew Benintendi on the Pirates, I'll take that. I'll take that for sure. I mean, you got to
hope
be
so.
your own. You're Travis Swaggerty, so you're not Andrew Benintendi.
Yeah,
but-
Yeah, well, hopefully, once I get there, I'll be a lot stronger than I am now. I'll be a lot more mature. So, that goes a long way. Just getting those at bats and just seeing pitching for a year in the minor leagues, like that goes a long, long way.
All right, so kind of, I guess, can tie into it. Who is your favorite player of all time and currently?
Ooh. Well, growing up, my dad was a big Red Sox fan, and he liked David Ortiz, but I liked Boston Jacoby Ellsbury.
Okay.
Boston Jacoby Ellsbury was the man. I also would say that's a pretty good player comp too.
Yeah, see, that's the
Jacoby.
one I've heard. That's why I was curious as to if you were to say his name.
My dad and I would be watching games, and every time Jacoby did something, he's like, "That's gonna be you one day. That's gonna be you one day." And sure enough, I got player comps to him, so it's pretty cool. But right now, I said at the draft too, it's Charlie Blackmon now, just because he's a dirtbag. You see that big dirty beard. I would never grow that big dirty beard, but he just does everything. He does everything, and he goes hard all the time. And I like to see that. I like to see guys that hustle for every play, all 162 games. At least in a big league season, like guys will just jog out ground balls. Like he's not that guy, and I really respect that.
I can't imagine that that's not uncomfortable.
With the beard.
The beard and all that
Oh.
hair, yeah. Like I can't imagine him without it
Oh,
now.
absolutely not.
But
he would look like a baby.
yeah,
That's like imagine James Harden without a beard. It'd just be
I've
weird.
seen
It
pictures.
would be weird.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
He probably looks like a.
Alrighty, so did you play any other sports growing up, or has it always just been baseball?
I played basketball and football up until high school. Once I got into high school, I still hadn't really hit a growth spurt yet, so I was too small to play football. I just wasn't really into basketball anymore, and that's when baseball, like your size doesn't matter. So that's when I just kind of took it and did that alone.
Okay. And has, it always been, as far as a career, baseball or bust, or did you have other plans?
When I got into college, I went as a mechanical engineer. That's when I started my freshman year. And in the spring of my freshman year, and I started playing every day, I had no time to study because I was all at the little free time I had, I was in the cages. Like I wanted to get better, and that's where my heart was, and that's what I was passionate about. So I didn't do too well grade-wise that semester, and once I figured out, like, man, I can actually play baseball at the next level, I dropped engineering and went into exercise science, which is like kinesiology, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually grew to love that a lot more than just doing engineering, because I was just doing engineering because I liked math and it paid good money, and that's not what it's about. It's about what you love to do. And I was a lot more passionate about, helping people, helping athletes. So if I weren't to play baseball, I would have probably stayed with engineering just because I would have had time to study, but I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I probably would have went to physical therapy school.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, this is not totally related, but I was doing some research, obviously, because I didn't want to sound like an idiot when I was talking to you. And I saw that you weren't drafted coming out of high school, and then to turn yourself into a top 10 pick, that's pretty awesome. And I don't know if that, does that happen that regularly?
Not that I can think of, but there's a lot of guys that you see that go in the first round that weren't drafted before, the college guys. And, that's basically, you don't get drafted out of high school and you feel like you're good enough and, you go to a good school. At least for me, that put a chip on my shoulder. Like, I felt like I was overlooked, was underrated, and I knew I was better than what people were giving me credit for. And I knew if I just put the work in, I was going to do something great. And, it actually happened for me, but it's just a matter of dedicating the majority of your time to it. In high school, you don't have the resources. You can't do it every day. You can't go in to a hitting facility, type a code in, and go in wherever you want. Like in college, I could do that. So I actually had a lot more time to put the hours in just because, it was accessible to me. So, when you're passionate about something, you really want something, you go get it. So that's where that came from.
Okay. So basically, not being drafted out of high school molded you into the player you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. And, all right, last question, not baseball related. We just want to know a little bit about you off the field. What are your hobbies in your off time?
Actually, it's wintertime, so off season, every weekend, Peyton and I go up to the hunting camp. That's what we love to do. It's peaceful, it's relaxing, and exhilarating all at the same time. So we enjoy it. Other than that, there's not much to it. I mean, I sit around and I work out and I hit. That's about it.
Not into video games at all?
Oh, I've been playing a little Black Ops 4 lately.
Nice.
Yeah,
I already got a day
I've
plate,
been-
so.
Yeah, I'm not that far into it yet, but obviously I play the show and I play Madden, but I've been on the Black Ops grind lately.
Love to hear it.
Yeah, so have we.
I mean, hey, if you want to add me, tswaggy_21.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
I'm on.
I'll definitely do.
on
That. I'm friends with some Pirates prospects already, so we might have to squad up for sure.
Give me- add me.
Yesterday randomly, Beefy and I got into a game with Steelers cornerback. I was like, I recognize that name, and then turns out I tweeted him and he liked the tweet, so I was like, yep, that's him. But
Hey,
go ahead.
Saints playing the Steelers in a couple weeks. Y'all need to be watching that.
Ah,
Oh yeah, you're a
Yeah.
Saints fan.
yeah.
Yeah.
5-1, baby.
Who are your? So obviously Saints. All right, you got to be a Pirate fan now. Who are your other
Yeah,
teams?
absolutely.
Or are those? You're probably
Oh,
no. Go ahead.
the Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Absolutely,
All
Pelicans.
right.
Now,
Anthony Davis, man. The
No-
brow.
now, do you like hockey at all, or are you not into that?
Hockey's not really big down south where
Yeah.
I'm from. So
Wait, you get the
if
pit
I had
surge.
to pick one, obviously I got to pick the Penguins.
Yep.
But
There it is.
Well, wait till
obviously.
you get to
So, I mean,
Pittsburgh.
I'll definitely check out some games. So I've heard hockey games are really, really awesome. But actually, Peyton's a Nashville Predators fan because Carrie
Ouch.
Underwood's husband.
Yeah,
Carrie Underwood's husband. That's why. That's why.
I remember. Well, when we had Stephen Jennings on, we played the video of Patrick Hornquist of the Penguins scoring the game-winning goal to clinch their second straight Stanley Cup, which happened to happen against the Predators. And it was the episode that Stephen was on, and I didn't do that to throw it in his face or anything. It just happened to be the 1-year anniversary, and then we had him on, and I had to apologize because he's a Predators fan as well. And him and Shane actually went to a Penguins game, wearing, Shane was wearing his Pens jersey and Steve was wearing a Predators jersey. But yeah, I mean, you've also wait before we cut this off. What was your experience like when you did get to visit PNC Park after getting drafted?
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you right now, TV and video games, they don't do it justice at all. When I got to go up there, I got to sit in the social media suite, and that's pretty high up in the stadium. Like, you get to overlook the field and the backdrop all in one. That is just a sight you can never get used to. Like, it just does not get old. I mean, the surface was beautiful. Like, the fan base was awesome. I got to sit in a suite, so it was super cool. I mean, dude, it was incredible. And I went to Turner Field. I've been to SunTrust. I've been to Tropicana. I went to Fenway. I got to tour Fenway, and PNC was easily my favorite.
Do you know what else
happened?
happened that night that you were at PNC Park?
No, what happened?
That was the night that you messaged me back on Twitter. The first
what
time.
are the odds of that?
I remember
What are
because
the odds?
yeah. So boom, that night was a great night.
That's a great night for us. Good
Yeah,
night
you
for the program.
you can't beat the backdrop of PNC Park with Pittsburgh in the background.
Oh, dude, it was incredible.
All right, well, you guys have anything else?
What do you hunt at your hunting
Oh
camp?
God, here we go.
I'm a hunter, so that's
Whitetail deer.
okay. That's pretty sweet.
It's awesome.
And that's where we're cutting it off.
Well, I was just curious. Like, I don't know.
I mean, if you want to ask another
the-
baseball question and
the
that make
hunter
it
deer.
less awkward, that'd be.
What's that?
I said, if you want to ask a baseball question in and on, maybe it'd be less awkward. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever y'all want to do.
No, I don't think that I think I ran through everything that I had. I just, you know what? That's perfect. That's a great way to end this non-baseball, because at the end of the day, person over player.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What a guy.
All right. Well, I'm definitely gonna add you on PlayStation.
As will I.
We're definitely gonna play Black Ops.
Sounds good, guys. tswaggy_21, capital T, capital S.
You might get a lot of friend requests saying that. So
Yeah. Just
I don't
add,
mind. Add me.
let's say just add Smith on a Stick 23 in 2 weeks 347.
no, we'll add you. But all right, man. We appreciate you doing this. Like we said, I'm happy that we were able to make it happen. We wish you all the best. We wish Peyton the best. So tell her we said hello, and we can't wait to see you in Pittsburgh one day.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me.
All right, see you, Travis.
Okay.
Awesome.
Herb's back.
Yeah. I didn't have anything to say.
Her bike.
Most of the time, that's a bad thing.
It's like we were talking about college football.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Definitely more open, I guess, than I expected.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those guys, at least once they get to like AAA, they kind of get a little more like a hockey player where they just don't
Yeah.
talk.
That, it's just I think that a lot of it is like a preconceived idea of what they have
That too.
to say, and then you get to talk to them, and then they can open up, and you just have an actual conversation with them that you didn't think was possible. So,
I feel like I should go through and like bleep his PSN name just in case.
hey, he wants all those friend requests.
Yeah, hey, whatever.
So, shout out to Swaggy. Like I said, this has been in the making for months. I mean, I can't remember the exact date that it was supposed to be the first time.
You actually. You're like, that's the night that you're messing me back on
Yeah,
Twitter. I was like, oh my
in the
gosh,
video. We're still recording in the video.
I
and
saw.
I'm just gonna zoom in on my face, just doing this.
GIF. It's gonna be a GIF. But no, like I've been talking to him for months, and we were supposed to have done this, and then he just had to make the All-Star team, so
Yeah, just had to. Like,
it-
that's a bad thing.
it got pushed back.
you
but,
have to be good, huh? Why?
but grateful to make it happen.
We're gonna make him the biggest hockey fan when he
So-
comes up.
I will take him to a game.
You'll take him.
Yeah, because that's how that's gonna work.
Hey, I don't care if he's a professional player and he can pay for his own ticket. I will take him.
Well, anyway, go follow Travis on all social media if you don't already.
His jersey's
Him-
his last name's gonna look so good on the jersey we get in a couple years.
Yeah.
In a couple years, you mean next year?
Hey, no,
Screw double and
he
triple A.
wants those at bats.
I know.
You can hear him
You
say
can
it.
get the jersey in
So.
advance.
We don't know what number he's
gonna
gonna be.
wear. Ask him right
21.
now.
Oh, we know.
Hey, what number are you gonna
20.
wear?
Uh,
20.
Sorry.
Wait, what?
20.
He said
I'm guessing
21.
20.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what?
When
For
it comes-
Sliderty,
Oh, you want to retire, bro, Clemente? Yeah, we're unretiring it from Pirates.
Hey, send it.
You see this guy's last name?
I'm guessing 20.
all right, but anyway, last couple things. As always, we have our Rocking Around the 412 campaigns they're doing. The jerseys have been ordered,
Oh.
so I'm going to get them in advance.
Oh.
So, so take a look at the campaign, share it. You're going to have a chance to win some awesome prizes. Because as of right now, you guys are slipping, and basically everybody that's donated is going to win something.
And the Penguin game is the game against the Tampa Bay Lightning on January
Something.
29th or 30th, I think.
The end of January.
30th.
30th?
So you're gonna
Yeah.
have about a month and a half after you win them to do whatever you need to do to ensure that you can go.
Yeah.
Along with that, like I said, the jerseys, there's gonna be a alternate, Penguins new alternate, Crosby jersey, Color Rush, T.J. Watt, Black Antonio Brown, and White Juju. So those are the jerseys that got
That sounded
the
defensive.
most responses.
What?
And
Offensive?
then of
Offensive.
course,
Oh.
if you donate at least $20, you can win the Steeler tickets to see Vontez Burfict come to Heinz Field.
Yeah, that's what you're paying for.
Maybe. Might
Hey.
get suspended by
Oh
then.
yeah, you're right. He might be suspended.
Nah.
Hey, the NFL said
The
next
NFL
thing
said,
he
like,
does,
yeah, it might be a long suspension for him.
Did you see him flop
they
yesterday?
can't. Yeah, they can't say that and then not. Like if they weren't to do something the next time, they should.
Like it might be like a Tom Wilson situation where it's like we had to deal with you 3 times last year and you did it in the preseason. Here's 20 games. Like they
Yeah.
might do it for that
Yeah.
for Burfict. So
I mean, I honestly believe the NFL that the next thing that he does, that's at least to the degree of what he did Sunday against the Steelers, that he's gonna get like 6 games. at
and he
least.
twisted whose ankle?
Spencer Ware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night.
Why was Spencer Ware in the game? Just feed Kareem Hunt. And then also, we tweeted out an article actually that just came out about Statement Games that we keep talking about. They're a growing daily fantasy site, where you don't have to worry about picking players. Just pick the statements. You pick 10 per game, over, under. And there's also, some of them have like a win-lose, like, boom, will win, that type of statement. If
Win
you're
or
really
tie,
confident,
yeah.
That's for me because I'm stupid.
Same.
It's easy.
So, go look at the contests and play. We're running something in partnership with them where we are going to run private contests. It comes down to one winner. Whoever wins that game is going to see the Steelers and Chargers for absolutely nothing. So you're going to win free Steeler tickets.
Ironically, it ends with a Penguin game.
Yeah. The Penguins versus Avalanche is actually the contest that will determine the winner.
Yeah.
So
how's that going to work for people that don't know?
so we have to set up the contests, and
Yes.
we will. They're actually going to be public to start. Whoever wants to join them, but then the winners.
Or we're doing 3 of them, right?
Yeah, the winners of each one have to be put into a separate contest. Like we'll have to invite them
Yeah.
into that. The winner advances. The winner advances. The winner advances, and the winner of that last one gets 2 tickets. I think it comes down to maybe 12 people
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
last.
it was the top 12 scores out of those
Yeah.
3 games go
Yeah.
into the finals.
Yeah.
And then the winner of that gets the tickets.
Yeah.
So be decent at saying over-unders. How about that?
Somebody's going to win them. It's probably, I mean, the people that are going to see the contest the most are the people that we know. So get in on it, fill up the spots, and
Except for Nick. You're not around. Don't do it.
yeah, Nick, don't play.
New Hampshire.
But alrighty, guys, we appreciate you listening. We appreciate Travis coming on here, and
Follow us everywhere. Buy our stuff. Blah, 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 blah.
we'll talk to
Might
you
be a short
probably.
week.
Yeah, we'll probably talk to you this
Friday,
week. I
yeah.
think we're over toward Friday, so
yeah.
stay updated.
So
with
listen
that.
while you can. We're having a new episode soon.
Bye bye.
Sleeping on the pallet, turn me to a savage. I'm a project baby, now I stay in Calabash. Like I'm still surfing, like I'm still jacking. I be sipping on lean, trying to keep back.